Tennessee and South Carolina is our next game. Tennessee is also a team sitting there right on the edge of the playoff, number 5 in the country, coming off a record-setting 66 points last week.
Yeah, versus Mizzou, who actually has a pretty decent defense. And I think they've got my pick wrong, at least as far as what it looks like on the rundown. Look, to me, this game's all about optics, because I think Tennessee knows in order to be able to stay in the conversation at that number 5 spot of sliding into the college football playoff, they've got to blow teams out, and they should blow out South Carolina. And this is a spot where I think if you look at the rushing attack with Jalen Wright, he should be licking his chops. South Carolina's been awful at stopping the run this year. We know how good Hendon Hooker in the passing game can be. It's tough to stop Jalen Hyatt and the rest of the guys. But to me, that's where this game gets out of hand. I think they're going to be too balanced, even though they're playing on the road in South Carolina. It's a big number. I'm laying it. I think Josh Heupel knows he has to continue to impress the voters, the College Football Playoff Committee, in the event that anyone slips up. So I'm laying the 21.5 points here with the Volunteers.
I was hoping we were on the same side because I saw it on the rundown. I was like, man, Brady's thinking the same way I am. This is a hard one. I took Mizzou last week around the same number, felt pretty good for about a half, and then all of a sudden Tennessee just shut them down. They just took off, and they're even calling timeouts late, to your point about needing style points. They got, an extra touchdown there at the end, a little bit of controversy. I hate that we even need to do that, but it is a reality of where we are in college football. I'm going to go to South Carolina and say this is one of those games. Shane Beamer he does a good job motivating his team. The team is not that talented. Spencer Rattler's been a little bit of a disaster as far as the expectations of what he was going to be at quarterback for the Gamecocks. But I do think he gets his team up, and they'll see this as a potential Super Bowl type an opportunity for them. So I'm going to say you get South Carolina's best effort. Similar to what we saw against the Mizzou game last year, I think it could be closer, and I think they're going to struggle to pull away late in that game. I think they'll probably win right in this 3 touchdowns, but I'll definitely be sweating it out.
It just doesn't bother you the way South Carolina looked versus Florida last week.
Oh, it was awful. 6 points.
And Florida's defense has been awful this year.
Yes, it absolutely does. I'm nervous.
Well, and Marshawn Lloyd, the running back, leading rusher for South Carolina, he's missed the past couple games. Questionable right now. Don't know if he will be back for this one, but if he is back, that obviously helps their case. But as of right now, not knowing if he will play or not, I'm on the other side of this one.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.